My name is Daniel Aipa from Kailua, Oahu. Just recently moved back here 2 years ago from spending time away from Hawaii. While I was away from Hawaii, I was a head strength coach at the University of Redlands for 2 years, where I coached and trained 21 collegiate athletes, collegiate sports athletes. And from there, I recently got married and I moved back home, where when I came home, I knew that there was no, basically another job here in Hawaii of exactly what I was doing in California, because of the job opportunities out here are very small. So with that, I decided I would start my own project, my own business, and created the Ku Project, which is basically where I help redefine strength in Hawaii by helping people become stronger. Because with the Ku Project and along with Ku Performance Hawaii that I work with, it's all about making strength contagious in Hawaii. I believe that the stronger you become, the stronger the world that you live in becomes. And the stronger the world you live in, the stronger Hawaii becomes. And it's, when people ask me like, so is it just a personal training business that I do? I tell them it's more than that, because there's already great personal training businesses. There's a lot of great gyms out here already in Hawaii. So I want to do something that's much more different. So when people come to me, it's more than just helping them with their health and fitness and stuff. It's just making them more confident in who they are. Because we all have that kind of strength within us already, but sometimes we just lose it along the way. You know, like in Hawaii, one of the biggest things is health. You know, our health is, especially among Native Hawaiians, is on a decline. It's, you know, one of the things that they talk about, how Hawaii is the most healthiest state in the nation, right? But when you look down to the demographics, Native Hawaiians are still the worst of health. You know, so that's one area where I think is not being focused on. Everybody's looking at the positive side of the health, but really we're having a really tough time with health amongst Native Hawaiians and the Hawaiian community. So with the Ku Project, I try to work with people who are my age, especially the younger generations, the younger adults, who have kind of lost their ways. You know, we get stuck with work, having families, and we put everything else aside, our health mainly. And what comes with that is that there's a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, I believe, that comes about it, because I've been there. You know, you expect that there's a lot more, but then living in Hawaii nowadays, it's really tough. You know, family is everything. So we sacrifice a lot to take care of our family, take care of, you know, what's important to us. And a lot of times we sacrifice our health in that process. So for me, working with people is much more than just getting them healthy and fit and, you know, the muscle part. It's about giving them a sense of strength that they may have lost along the way, or they may have forgotten, but it's always been there. And that's just my job. My job is just to make people stronger in every aspect of their life, because the stronger they become, the stronger the impact they have on not only their families, but the community, and on hopefully Hawaii. You know, if they can become a stronger person, maybe they can inspire others to be stronger as well. The struggles of being an entrepreneur, and especially in Hawaii, and starting off from scratch and trying to do what you enjoy doing, it's having that patience. It's having the patience of seeing something that's slowly going along. Because, like as mentioned before, you hear all the time that, you know, the job opportunities, the job market, the salaries out here have no competition compared to out there in the mainland. So when you're starting your own business, it's like you're really starting with nothing. You know, you're starting with an idea, and you're trying to make a living out of it. You know, so the biggest struggle that I come across a lot is that patience of saying, like, of following through, because it's always, everybody has great ideas, but I think what's happening in Hawaii is that it's just a hard time to be patient enough to make sure you see it manifest into something that you actually want to see it into. And it's difficult, because you do have to sacrifice not only for yourself, but you also have to watch their family, the people that you love and everything sacrifice with you as well. Because, you know, like for instance, my wife and I, you know, she's the provider of the family right now. And as a man, you know, you hope that you can be the provider of the family, but it's that sacrifice that you have to go through. And as long as you have that understanding that in the long run it's going to help out for the better, I think that's the most important thing. the freedoms of being an entrepreneur is basically it's waking up every day knowing that you can make a difference in what you love doing. I think that's the biggest success of being an entrepreneur and small business owner. And I think everybody can do that in their own small way, but just being an entrepreneur, you know, one person asked me, what gets you out of bed every day to make sure you continue doing what you're doing? And for me, it's that possibility of making one person stronger every day. So my goal every day is to make at least one person stronger or feel stronger in who they are, and hopefully empower others to do the same. And that's every day that's my success. I base my success off of who did I make better, or what place that I go to and made stronger when I left, after I left. I think that's the biggest success is. And seeing it happen, you know, talking with the people I work with, or just coming across a random person who's read the Ku Project blog or the site and kind of read an article or read my book, Aloha to You, and just randomly come up to me or email me saying, hey, you've made a big difference in my life. And I think this small little thank yous mean way more than the money can buy.